So first half of 2022 is over, and man, it was no less than a roller coaster ride. So how did we do? US stocks had their worst first half since 1970. S&P 500 fell over 20%, Dow fell more than 15%, and Nasdaq dropped over 25%. Inflation. May 2022 CPI was 8.6%, which was the highest in the last 40 years. The numbers for June will be released on July 13th. So till then, we stick to the May numbers for our analysis. Mortgage rates. The rapid rise in mortgage rates finally paused in the last week of June. The 30-year fixed conventional loan was averaging around 5.70% as of June 30th. Fed started raising the Fed rates from March 16th, 2022. And since then, we have seen the mortgage rates rise above 4%. There have been 3 Fed rate hikes up until now, March, May, and June. Investors continue to be concerned about how steps to curb inflation will affect the economy. Majority of CEOs and financial institutions are expecting some kind of slowdown or recession in the next half of 2022. The Fed's interest rate hikes and the high inflation cuts into consumers' budgets. I was curious to see the numbers for June and see if they beat the numbers for May. But before we dive in, I would really appreciate if you could smash the thumbs up button. Here is the inventory for the past 6 months. Its cycle is typically seasonal. Inventory increased in spring but lower compared to 12 months ago. Here are the sold numbers. Just like the new inventory in 2022 was lower, so are the sold numbers. Median home price is still going higher and higher. These prices for June are actually for houses that were listed and contracted in March and April. So how was the market then? The Fed had just started increasing the federal interest rate, and for the fear of mortgage rates increasing, buyers were flocking into the market to lock in their interest rates and buy homes. If there is a slowdown in June, it will reflect in the August and September numbers, which is what I mean by real estate is a lagging market. However, the days on market has increased to 1.8 months. Days on market basically means that if no new houses are listed, then the existing inventory will take about 1.8 months to be sold. This is a better indicator of the current market. It means that houses are taking a little longer to get sold than what we are used to seeing in the past 1.5 years. Many realtors use showing time products to schedule showings of properties. According to Showing Time, showings in Northeast US fell 13.3% in May 2022 year over year. Well, it's still best amongst the other regions of US. However, compared to April 2022, the showings have decreased even further. So, is the housing market going to crash? Or are we already in a recession? The one thing that is clear, and I'm sure you have heard it a lot of times before, that the factors that led to the housing market crash in 2008 were very different from what is currently happening. In fact, the 2008 crash actually happened because of real estate. This time, the key factor is inflation. Inflation starts to cool down the economy, prices rise everywhere, businesses slow, unemployment rises, and the Fed uses different tools to bring inflation under control. So, if we need some direction as to where the housing market is going, we need to pay attention to the Fed. Right now, Fed is increasing the Fed rates very aggressively to curb inflation. At this point, that is the top priority of the Federal Reserve. As of today, the economy is strong, unemployment is low, and so the economy can take any blows from these increasing rates. But the reverse can happen too. If the Fed aggressively keeps increasing the rates and the economy slows down, unemployment starts increasing, then the economic slowdown or recession becomes another problem for the Fed to take care of. The Fed may need to slow down its pace of hiking the interest rates, or it might also need to reverse its course and start cutting the rates. Subsequently, the mortgage rates might fall and the housing market may get a boost once again. So let's keep a check on the actions of the Federal Reserve and see what course of action they take over the next 6 to 12 months. If they are aggressively increasing the federal interest rates for the next couple of meets for about 6 to 12 months, then yes, a slowdown in the housing market is imminent. However, if the Federal Reserve is required to slow down its pace or reverse its course, then it could lead to a different scenario. The next Fed meet is on July 26th, 27th. Let's wait to hear on the June inflation numbers and the FOMC meet end of July. But I have offered my 2 cents to home buyers and home sellers in this video. Do check it out. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.